guys, I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and Windows Phone 7, the newcomer to the mobile OS market, is already making waves on several carriers, AT&T being one of those. The LG Quantum with AT&T, available now at AT&T for $200, and it's a pretty cool device, and it's the only one, at the moment at least, until the Dell Venue Pro comes out, to have a full QWERTY keyboard. So, is a QWERTY keyboard worth it? Are the specs great? Is it a cool device? We'll find out in the review. I like playing around with the theme colors so you can see in between the takes that I'm switching the colors around. Anyway, let's take a look at the marketplace, and one frustration I've had so far with it, I say frustration all the time, one irritation I've had with the marketplace is unlike the more sophisticated, more advanced and mature marketplaces, Android Market, App Store, things of that nature, it groups things pretty differently in the marketplace search. So let's say I'm looking for Twitter in the marketplace, looking for the Twitter app in the marketplace. I search, and it's going to bring up everything with Twitter in the title or in the description. So Twittering Machine as an artist, Twitter Music as an album, music volume, Twitter is a song. And then you see like 6 or 7 down, Twitter, there's the application. So there's no organization between songs, playlists, albums, and applications. So if you're looking for something specific, that's a downside in the marketplace. Otherwise, you see on the Quantum, LG App Store, AT&T App Center, the usual one. We can go into LG App Store and see what's in there. Some pretty unique stuff there. I'm a musician. I'm not a musician, but I am a musician with that app. Workout tracker, toolbox, things of that nature. And 4 updates already. You can see updates to all the AT&T stuff. But let's download, actually let's go back to search and download Twitter. If I can type Twitter. And yes, I know I type odd with my index finger and with a thumb on the other one. But we go into the Twitter application, and it's pretty clean looking here. We can share it, install it, and once this loads, the description, screenshots, and then reviews down at the bottom. So it's all kind of on one page as opposed to Android or another operating system where you have the tabs that organize. Star system, 5 stars, obviously great. Lower the stars. The worst program is we can install. And I don't have my Windows Live ID configured on this device just yet. Let's go ahead and put that in, and we can get our download on. But downloading is pretty easy. Download live.com. I can't talk and do that at the same time, so let's get this configured. And let's see here. We'll connect to Windows Live. Apparently, I don't know my password. And you can see, there we go. We're downloading it, so you can see it by the price. Downloading now. And once it's downloaded, we can jump in and see it down here in the settings as soon as it updates. While that's updating, we'll come back to that. You do have some options to move things around. We'll click and hold, and we can move the calendar up. For example, we can move these around. Put that there. Move that up. You get the idea. Basic customizations with the squares on the device. Now, this is designed after subway tiles. This is called Metro UI. And Microsoft said it was designed after the subway tiles you see, or descriptive subway tiles you see as you're going down into the subway. There's Twitter. And, overall, for the most part, the programs are beautiful. Everything's very fluid. But again, there's no multitasking. So if I'm in the middle of a tweet or a message or anything of that nature, I'll go into messaging. We'll load up. Let's say I'm in the middle of sending a message to somebody. I pop out. I come back in. And it's gone. So, there's no multitasking. You're in the middle of doing something. You jump out to take a phone call, whatever, and come back in. There's nothing there. So that could be a frustration, or could be an irritation. I'm trying to stop using that word. For some. Calendar, again, very simplistic. Scroll between day and agenda on the main screen. And then you have some options down here to view today. You can view the month, and you can add a new appointment. So add a new appointment. And I don't have my calendar synced on my Gmail, but if I did, you would see the option to save it to my Windows Live account or save it to my Gmail account. But we'll say, hang out with John. And we'll make that location Canada. I travel to Canada. And I need to be there around 6:05. Tonight. So you have the option to, the how long section, pretty self-explanatory here. You can select the standard 30 minutes, 1 hour, 90 minutes, whatever. Or you can customize it and say it's from 6:05 to 7:11. Hey, 7:11. and you can save it. Now, when you have a new appointment, we go back here, it'll pop up in the calendar box, and you can see, back to what I was saying earlier, I can see where that would be really beneficial as a messaging box, or as Google Mail. You could see your recent messages or your recent emails. So something to look into in a future version of Windows Phone 7, Microsoft, if you're listening. Xbox Live pre-installed on this device, as it is with the rest of the Windows Phone 7 collection. You have, you can get more games, you can play Xbox Live, and we can try Tetris, some of the other games in the collection. So pretty cool to have that installed. And actually, battery life's been pretty decent on this device. It has a 1500 milliamp battery, which when you look at the HTC devices like the HD7, it only has a 1230 milliamp battery powering a giant device. Battery life wasn't great. On the other hand, it's been pretty decent on the Quantum. I made it through a day and into day 2, the early morning of day 2, with moderate use, text messaging, emailing, calling, before it requires a recharge. So out of the battery life, I have to say this is one of the best Windows Phone 7 devices just on the battery front. Very cool there. Let's see music and videos. There's the Zune support pre-installed on this device, and it's nice to have that because it creates an ecosystem with this as opposed to something like Android, where, and I know I'm drawing a lot of comparisons, but to something like Android where you kind of have to it's fragmented. You have to find a way to put your music on. You do have the Zune support here. We can listen to music, and you can group it by artists, albums, songs, and playlists. And then, of course, you have access to the marketplace through Zune, but you can pop into the marketplace yourself by clicking the, as we saw earlier, by clicking the individual button and searching. If that Twitter song's your thing, you can search for that and download it through the marketplace. Otherwise, I'm jumping around a little bit. There's Microsoft Office is pre-installed on this device. And again, just have a look at the transition effects. You can see very smooth. And even though the program requires some time to open, they did a good job with the transition effects between the programs. Now, we can scroll over and see Explore Excel, Explore Word, PowerPoint, and then we can create a new document. So let's do a new document. It gives me the option of Word or Excel. Once I click on it, I'm already in, so I can type through there. Now, some options include outline, comment, find, and you can format it to an extent, and you can save and sync those to your regular Microsoft Word program. So that's a nice touch, and you can see Xbox Live actually have 2 notifications there. Let's see what those are. A friend request and a message already. So pretty cool on that front. Now you have some pictures installed on this device, and there's not a lot of customization on the pictures front. I hope at some point in the future you can include a picture in the background, but as of now, the only time you see a picture is when you turn it off and when you turn it back on. For example, there you'll see my appointments there, and when you have messages, be it email or text messages, there are little icons that appear in the bottom area of the screen. Now to change that, you go into Settings and Lock and Wallpaper, change wallpaper, and for the most part, the wallpapers are pretty stock across the board, with the exception of every now and then, there are quite a few on the LG actually, some custom wallpapers that you can choose from. It's a pretty nice one. Let's say we'll pick that. We can save it, and then when we load it back up or turn it back on, you can see that the picture has been changed. So pretty cool on that front. Otherwise, typical Windows Phone 7 stuff. And a neat little feature while I'm on it right now. Me is on there, for example. You can save your contacts. So we'll actually go back into the contacts, or people, excuse me. And it's a dynamic tile. I'll show you in just a minute. But we'll say Aaron. Can't type today. Aaron Baker, and we'll save that, and we'll make the phone number. We'll save that. When we save, that's what it looks like with a saved contact, but you can see I can click and hold my name, and I can pin it to the start screen. So now I have easy access to that contact, and of course I can move it around as much as I see fit, and do it like that. And then when you click it, easy access to the individual contacts. That's pretty cool there. Now the people icon up here, the people box, is dynamic. So if you have pictures of your individual contacts, you can watch it change. Those pictures will come up. So pretty cool little feature. On the topic of phone calls and people, I've been pretty pleased with the reception. I took it to an AT&T dead spot in South Charlotte over the weekend while shopping for gifts for the holidays, and was pleased with signal. It maintained the signal. It was a little bit choppy had a dropout here and there, but it did not drop the call. And as I said earlier, I was pleased with the battery life. So good device all around, and hopefully we'll see many more Windows Phone 7 devices in the coming days, weeks, and months. Much more coverage to come on the LG Quantum on PhoneDog.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook. Facebook.com/PhoneDog. We're giving away some AT&T devices as part of PhoneDog's 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. All you have to do is like us on Facebook and be sure to RSVP to those individual events. Now, another thing we're doing, we're giving away 100 tablets, be it an iPad, a BlackBerry Playbook, or a Samsung Galaxy Tab. The choice is yours. Head over to PhoneDog.com or Facebook.com/PhoneDog. Like us, enter the sweepstakes for your chance to win. 1 in 5,000. It's pretty cool. Who knows? You can win an iPad. Be sure to follow me on Twitter as well. PhoneDog_Aaron. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for more coverage of Windows Phone 7 and the LG Quantum. See you next time.